Dust swirled around battered tanks, remnants of countless battles fought in this desolate wasteland. The air was thick with the scent of metal and gunpowder, a grim reminder of the relentless conflict that had ravaged this land. A gritty haze under the unforgiving sun, casting long shadows over the parched earth. The heat waves danced on the horizon, distorting the view and making the landscape seem even more surreal and hostile. Soldiers, faces etched with exhaustion and defiance, prepped for battle. Their uniforms were tattered, their eyes hollow from sleepless nights, yet their spirits remained unbroken. Each man and woman knew the stakes, and they were ready to give their all. The last stand. No retreat, no surrender. They had fortified their positions, dug trenches, and set up makeshift barricades. This was their line in the sand, and they would hold it at any cost. General Petrov, a bear of a man, addressed his troops, voice booming through the makeshift command center. His presence was a pillar of strength, a beacon of hope in these dark times. He had led them through countless skirmishes, and today would be no different. Today, we fight for our home, for our families, for our very existence. His words echoed through the ranks, igniting a fire in the hearts of his soldiers. They were not just fighting for survival, they were fighting for everything they held dear. A ragged cheer rose from the assembled soldiers, a mix of fear and resolve in their eyes. They knew the odds were against them, but they also knew that they had something worth fighting for. Their determination was palpable, a force that could not be easily extinguished. They were outnumbered, outgunned, but not outmatched in spirit, not yet. Each soldier was a testament to human resilience, a symbol of defiance against overwhelming odds. They had trained for this moment, and they would not falter. Above, a lone reconnaissance plane buzzed, a tiny gnat against the vast alien-controlled sky. It was a fragile lifeline, a connection to the outside world, providing crucial intelligence and a sliver of hope. It was humanity's last eye, watching, waiting for the inevitable. The plane's cameras captured every movement, every shift in the enemy's lines, relaying the information back to the command center. The soldiers on the ground knew that they were not alone, that somewhere, someone was watching over them, guiding them through the storm. The alien ships arrived without warning, sleek, silent predators emerging from the clouds. They were bioengineered nightmares, all spines and curves, pulsating with an eerie internal light. Their weapons were unlike anything humanity had ever encountered, beams of concentrated energy that sliced through tanks and bunkers as if they were made of paper. On the ground, soldiers scrambled for cover, fear gripping their hearts. Their bullets and missiles seemed to bounce harmlessly off the alien ships' shimmering shields. Hope, it seemed, was a fragile thing, easily extinguished in the face of such overwhelming power. But humanity was nothing if not tenacious. In the face of overwhelming odds, they stood their ground, refusing to be broken. Their spirit was unyielding, their resolve unshakable. Every man, woman, and child became a soldier in their own right, contributing to the fight in any way they could. From hidden bunkers and fortified positions, they fought back with the fury of the damned. The earth itself seemed to tremble under the weight of their determination. Every corner of the battlefield echoed with the sounds of defiance, a symphony of resistance that refused to be silenced. Sergeant Anya, a sniper with nerves of steel, picked off alien soldiers one by one, her custom-built rifle spitting fire and fury. She had trained for years, honing her skills to perfection. Each shot she took was calculated, precise, and deadly. Her presence on the battlefield was a beacon of hope for her comrades. Each shot was a small victory, a testament to human resilience. With every pull of the trigger, she sent a message to the invaders. Humanity would not go quietly into the night. Her actions inspired those around her, giving them the strength to continue the fight. Meanwhile, Captain Lee, a hot-headed pilot with a taste for danger, led a squadron of outdated fighter jets against the alien fleet. His reputation for daring maneuvers and fearless tactics was well earned. Despite the odds, he and his squadron took to the skies, ready to face whatever came their way. Their attack was suicidal, but they fought with a desperate courage, their sacrifice buying precious time for their comrades on the ground. The sky was a chaotic dance of fire and metal, each pilot pushing their aircraft to the limit. They knew the risks, but they also knew the stakes. The air crackled with energy blasts and the roar of engines, a symphony of destruction. The battle raged on, a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Even in the face of annihilation, they fought on, driven by a fierce determination to protect their home and their loved ones. The echoes of their defiance would be remembered for generations to come. Deep beneath the earth, in a secret bunker, a team of scientists worked feverishly. They believed they had found a weakness in the alien technology, a way to pierce their defenses. Dr. Chen, a brilliant but eccentric physicist, was their leader, his mind racing with equations and possibilities. The weight of the world rested on his shoulders, but he refused to give up hope. "There has to be a way," he muttered, his eyes glued to the complex schematics displayed on the screen before him. There has to be. Time was running out, but a glimmer of hope had emerged from the darkness. Section 5. The Price of Courage. On the battlefield, the tide seemed to be turning against humanity. The alien forces were relentless, their attacks becoming more coordinated, more devastating. Casualties were mounting, and the ground was littered with the bodies of the fallen, both human and alien. The air was thick with the stench of blood and burnt flesh. Anya, her face streaked with grime and tears, continued to pick off enemy soldiers, her finger tightening on the trigger with each shot. She had lost friends, comrades, but she refused to give in to despair. "For Earth," she whispered, her voice hoarse with emotion as she took aim at another target. Section 6. Turning the tide. In the midst of chaos and destruction, humanity was on the brink of defeat. The alien invaders had pushed the human forces to their limits, and hope was dwindling. Dr. Chen's team finally had a breakthrough. After months of relentless research and countless sleepless nights, they had discovered a way to fight back. The lab was filled with a palpable sense of urgency and determination. They had developed a device that could disrupt the alien shields, creating a window of vulnerability. This small yet powerful gadget was their last hope, a beacon of light in the darkness. It was a risky plan, but it was their only hope. The soldiers, weary and battle-worn, gathered for a final briefing. Their faces were etched with determination and resolve, knowing that this could be their last stand. They transmitted the code to the remaining soldiers on the battlefield, praying that it would be enough. The message crackled through the radios, a lifeline in the midst of despair. Every soldier knew what was at stake. The device, a small, unassuming box, was activated, and a pulse of energy surged outwards, disrupting the alien shields. The air hummed with energy as the pulse spread, creating a ripple of hope. For a brief moment, the tide of the battle seemed to shift. The soldiers could feel the change, a glimmer of possibility in the air. It was a pivotal moment, one that could alter the course of the war. Human weapons found their mark, tearing through the alien ships, sending them crashing to the ground in fiery explosions. The battlefield was illuminated with bursts of light and sound, a symphony of destruction. A cheer went up from the beleaguered soldiers, a flicker of hope rekindled. They had faced insurmountable odds and emerged victorious, if only for a moment. This victory, however small, was a testament to their resilience and courage. Section 7, a desperate gamble, but the aliens were quick to adapt and evolve. They had underestimated humanity, but they would not make the same mistake twice again. Their leader, a towering insectoid creature with cold, calculating eyes, ordered a counter-offensive. They had come too far, invested too much to be defeated now. A new wave of alien soldiers, larger and more heavily armed than before, surged forward, their weapons blazing. Humanity's brief moment of triumph was slipping away, fading into the past. Section 8. Into the breach. General Petrov, seeing the new threat, knew that desperate measures were urgently needed. He rallied his remaining troops for one final suicidal charge against the enemy. "For Earth!" he roared, his voice hoarse with emotion as he led his soldiers into the teeth of the enemy assault. It was a scene of unimaginable chaos and carnage, a maelstrom of laser fire, explosions and hand-to-hand combat. Human and alien clashed in a desperate struggle for survival and dominance. Section 9. The Heart of the Enemy. Meanwhile, a small team of soldiers led by Anya and Captain Lee infiltrated the alien command ship. Their mission, to plant a bomb at the heart of the enemy fleet. They fought their way through corridors filled with alien soldiers, their weapons blazing. Each step forward was a victory, a testament to their courage and determination. Finally, they reached the ship's core, a pulsating organic chamber that seemed to hum with power. It was here in the heart of the enemy that the fate of the battle would be decided. Section 10, A Moment of Truth. As Anya planted the bomb, a cold metallic voice filled the chamber. The alien leader had anticipated their move. "You fight bravely, little ones," it said, its voice a chilling rasp. "But your efforts are futile. Your world is ours." Anya met its gaze, her own eyes filled with defiance. "We may lose this battle," she said, her voice firm, "but we will never surrender." With a flick of her wrist, she activated the bomb and sprinted back down the corridor, the ground shaking beneath her feet. Section 11. An Uncertain Future. The explosion was blinding, a shockwave that ripped through the alien command ship, sending it plummeting to the earth in a fiery inferno. On the ground, the remaining soldiers watched in awe and horror as the alien fleet, leaderless and in disarray, retreated into the sky. The battle was over, but at what cost? Humanity had survived for now, but the aliens would be back, of that much they were certain. And when they returned, they would be ready. The war for Earth was far from over, it had only just begun.